morning, guys.
The truck guy. Hey, bro, let's take the home, bro.
Good morning.
Yo, I'll drive.
Episode 3, Islamorada
Yes,
Adventures
sir.
with Leo.
Dude, I forgot to say.
Quinn is looking like a zombie.
No.
DJ mix, dude.
What do you?
plate?
The kids, yeah, he just pulled up to my house. He's just talking with my mom.
Islamorada! Dude, why do you have coffee in your
Dude,
pocket?
opened in my pocket, bro. Fuck. I'm so sorry, Will. How do I clean this? What do I do? Do you have water, dude? I need water.
Reef Chiefs action. About to go to Islamorada on Leo's boat. We brought the flash rig. If you like what you see, comment, subscribe for more. And I'll leave it to the boys.
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Reef Chiefs!
We ready?
Captain Whitley said he got the spots today.
Yeah, I do.
We're just gonna dream about the group here. Quinn, how's that edit looking?
You know how many Cubans that boat has returned to Cuba? They go to Cuba?
They meet up with the Cuban Coast Guard. We're about to film a movie. You know, out in Islamorada, living the life.
What are we doing today? Doing it all, man. Just never know what's gonna swim by. Really, we can say you're gonna see this and see that, but really, you just gotta get down there and find out.
You hear that, guys? We're bringing the whole kitchen sink. So being that Islamorada is one of our favorite places to dive as a group, we were getting ready to have a really good day offshore. The weather was on our side, and we're really looking forward to seeing what we can find underwater. Absolutely crystal clear water, and that's the way we love it. Okay, let's have a little truce. We're not taking each other's fish.
Oh, I trust that I won't, and I trust.
What's up, guys? We're anchored up here in about 65 feet of water. This is a spot that we dive about 3 times a year, mainly at the end of grouper season and in the beginning of the opener. Even though grouper season's closed, we still want to check out the area because we've seen a lot of different other types of fish species here, such as snappers, hogfish, yellow jacks, even some wahoo and other pelagics. And I'm getting loaded up here, making sure my gun's on safety. And Quinn's doing what we like to call a flyover, where he drops down about halfway to the bottom, kind of scopes the area out, see if he sees any schools of bait, any pelagics moving through, but unfortunately we didn't see anything at this spot, so we decided to make a move to a little bit shallower at about 60 feet of water, and we anchored up and started to chum. And as you can tell, big difference here already. There's a lot of yellowtail, speedos, and other bait fish eating our chum, so this is definitely a good sign when you're diving. Just kind of taking a look around, seeing if I see anything that catches my attention. We dropped a lot of chum in the water, so we knew that there was going to be some fish around. So this was my third or fourth dive of the day. I'm already warmed up. We had did a couple dives in the deeper water, and I'm dropping down here, just kind of taking a look around, scanning the area, looking for anything that stands out. Little Cero mackerel, but I didn't want to take a shot at them because I was hoping for something other to come around. And then this nurse shark kind of comes to check me out. He's really cool, calm and chill. And then I line up the shot with the Cero, and we got one on. I wasn't really confident in my shot because I knew I had plucked him lower in the belly. It was pretty much a gut shot. So once I get him in my hands, he just rips off and I lose the fish. You know, I hate to see a fish swim off injured. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I couldn't really do much about it. Willie and Leo were a little bit away from the boat and they started screaming wahoo.
Leo, did you see a wahoo?
No, Willie did.
Willie. Willie, ¿qué pasó? Just one? Okay.
So Willie was saying earlier he had seen a couple mud and snapper down on the bottom, and Quinn went ahead and made a drop down. Quinn was on the surface recovering from this deep dive, so I helped him pull up the mud from the bottom. So I zoomed into the clip a little bit, and for you guys to see, there was a hammerhead shark that came to check out what was going on in the area.
Nice legal mutton.
Keeper mutton here, so looks about 18 hours. I was pretty good after them, so.
A little hammerhead, oh, not a little hammerhead, a nice hammerhead shark came in.
Oh, nice hammerhead came in.
I made my way back to the boat and did a couple dives right under the boat, but unfortunately I didn't see much, so we decided to make some chum and drop some balls down to the bottom, put out a little bit of line, and hopefully find another nice fish here at this spot. Dropped to the spot, I sized up with another Cero mackerel. He was eating some of the chum we had previously dropped, and I was taking a look at him, but I didn't really quite get a nice shot. Also didn't want to shoot him because he was a little bit small, so we let him go and made a move over here to this shallow water spot. About 18 feet of water here. Again, we threw some chum in the water. There's some yellowtails behind the boat, and the strategy here is to mainly trying to cover as much area as possible. So right now I'm about 50 yards ahead of the boat on this isolated reef line, just taking a look around, see if I see anything that catches my attention. really do enjoy this style of spearfishing along with my deep water dives because it's fun being in shallow water. It's very primitive. And then we're doing a lot of dives, we're burning a lot of calories. It's honestly a good workout. Right here I actually spot a nice little hogfish, but you know, hogfish season's not open, so I let them swim away. You know, it's just a gorgeous reef, and I love shallow water diving along with deep water diving. Just different strategies overall. Nurse shark decides to come check me out. These guys are cool, man. I mean, they're really peaceful sharks. They're not gonna hurt you, and they're cool to look at. I only saw a decent fish at the spot, but I took a rush shot and I missed that mangrove snapper. As we got closer to the afternoon, we all wanted to eventually end up on the wreck for the sunset, so we pushed out a little bit deeper right in front of the wreck and found a nice little ledge to anchor up to kill some time, you know, and maybe get a couple more fish. So here I find this cool triggerfish. So I got a nice shot on this fish. My buddy Leo really enjoys his triggerfish, and I shot one, so this one's for you, Leo.
Leo, give me the triggerfish dance.
That's a fucking fat one.
Give me the triggerfish dance.
We're still at the same spot here, and I spotted a nice Goliath grouper on the bottom. No, I'm not going to take a shot on this fish. They are federally protected marine species, and it is illegal to harvest them by any means unless you have an associated permit or tag. I started recording a little bit late on this dive, but I had to get in line with this kingfish that I saw swimming over the reef. He was cruising through pretty fast, and I took a shot, just barely missed him.
Let's go to the wreck. I'm gonna bring you back some coochie coochie.
Alright, boys. You guys all ready?
I'm feeling really good right now.
Alright, so it's late in the afternoon here. We pulled up to the wreck down in the Keys, and we're just gonna drift the wreck between the other boats that were fishing the wreck as well. There was also some other divers in the water, so you know, always be mindful when you're doing this to keep your space from everybody. I immediately got curious and wanted to do a flyover of the wreck. The water was really clear today, so I just wanted to see this wreck as a whole and get a feel for where each end of the wreck was, you know, to help me geographically orientate myself along with the drift, because the current was pushing a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure that I could keep myself in the right position in order to stay in the fishy zone. And as I'm dropping down and doing my flyover, I come across School of spadefish. Always cool to see these fish underwater. Really amazing. They do taste good, but I typically don't shoot them. And you can even see the wreck down there at the bottom. Okay, so now that I've identified which way the current's ripping and where the wreck is, I take a moment to just breathe up, relax, and catch my breath so I could do a nice drop to possibly secure some dinner. I'm pretty much in the thickness of the spadefish right now, and out in the distance I come across a rainbow runner and realize my gun was on safety. So I quickly react and flip it to fire mode, and still was able to get a shot on this rainbow runner without spooking it. First time that's ever happened to me before. You know, usually when I'm on safety and I pull that trigger, that fish is going to get spooked and they're gone. But this rainbow runner stuck around. These are really, really tasty fish. Sushi grade quality meat, so we wanted to get as many as we could.
And I unflipped it and I got his ass. Rainbow runner. Dude, that was crazy.
I wanted to go ahead and gut this fish because the last time we did this on the wreck and we threw the guts out, we actually brought in a school of wahoo, swam right under my buddy Leo, and he was able to get a spine shot, and that was his first wahoo ever. So I'm thinking, hey, let me gut this fish and see if the wahoo come in. I waited a couple minutes for those guts to just sit in the current and get carried away before I made another drop. At this point, the current had actually slowed down a little bit, and I was right on top of the school of spadefish. Good thing I made a drop because I was able to line up a shot with one of these nice yellow jacks. And he took me for a ride. I was struggling to get up to the surface for some air for a little bit, so I had to let him run. This fish was pulling hard. Good thing I had Quinn there as a good dive buddy, watching me the whole time. Well, he makes a drop to see if we need to get a second shot on the fish. He sees that I have a good holding shot, so he comes back up for air. So I'm still fighting this fish, and he is tugging. I'm worried about a shark possibly coming off the wreck and taking him whole. This typically happens when you shoot a nice fish and they pull a lot of reel line. But when Quinn makes a drop and secured another jack, this one was an amberjack, so a different species of jack, but in the same family of fish. At this point, I see my shot and I'm more confident, so I just pull him in and grab him.
Woo!
Stoked, absolutely stoked to get this yellow jack off the rack. This was my biggest one to date, and I was ecstatic. Great way to end the afternoon.
Quinn! Quinn's got one too! Let's go!
Here's a video from Joaquin's camera. I just wanted to show you guys the difference in this jack. This is an amberjack, and the main difference visually is that they have a band running from their eye all the way to their mouth, and it's a distinct brown band that differentiates these species of jack. After Quinn and I had doubled up and secured our fish, we were both like, hey, let's take some underwater photos, see if we can get some cool frames. And that's exactly what we did. So here's a video from Quinn's camera, and I ended up grabbing this still shot.
Nice fish.
Dinner! Chicken dinner! Ooh!
Keep going.
That's a world record.
That's a nice yellow jack
World
right there.
record.
I think that's my biggest one.
Yes, it is. World record.
Dude, so that thing was on the wreck?
He was in the school of spadefish.
He's in the school of spadefish?
He was in the school of spadefish, just chilling.
Walk me through it.
Get in the water. I shoot a rainbow runner, throw him in the boat. Load my gun back up. I go down. I see 3 yellow jacks.
Oh, sorry, Nick.
Something had eaten him, and he still lived to tell the story. And then I got a hold of him.
And he
Nice.
snapped it. Oh, look, he has like here
Yeah,
a scar.
he doesn't have a dorsal fin.
Yeah,
Something ahead of him.
they eat crabs and shit. That's little.
And then
Yeah.
Quinn, right after me, loaded up and got this amberjack.
Then Leo shot
Leo.
this guy. Oh yeah. Oh, he's so slippery. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's some ceviche, bro.
Where is he?
God damn.
You eat this, bro?
Open the box.
Shit.
Bazooka, we were like a machine gun, bro. We're gonna eat like kings. We're gonna eat like kings. That's how we do it. Only like that. That's the only way I know.
That's the only way we eat, like kings.
Only way.
I'm gonna do that. That's what you're good at.
Thank you for your service, U.S. Coast Guard.